Hello again, I'm Catherine Moldenhauer, and this is the American Withdrawn, and this is part 17. So I went back through and listened to some parts of The Bluest Eye that I hadn't noticed quite as distinctly. One, that she's really beat up by everyone, and two, that she finds like enjoyment in that. And so I'm the type of person that believes in coincidence. I didn't mean to re-listen to those parts of the story after I was kind of dozing to Es Homo, How Does One Become What One Is by Friedrich Nietzsche, and Sadhana by Rabindranath Tagore. I just sort of like, listen to some of these interludes, like when she's slapped by Mrs. Breedlove. Mrs. Breedlove. So I think there really is an opportunity there to notice that you can relate to Bacola as a character that is what Friedrich Nietzsche is talking about as a Christian woman. So I think she's very brave in that sense, and so I think that's what I was trying to see about her, as to why she doesn't appear to suffer much. So Friedrich Nietzsche, I think he talks about one, that there's something about this person that's very weighted. It's a very like weighted voice, or if that's adjective, that makes sense if you're familiar. And also this sort of belief system that suicide is always demonic, and so it's this compulsion to know everything possible because it's life, and if it's life, that's what's important. And so she's very brave, I think. But as far as Rabindranath Tagore, I was getting into the idea of how we start to see in our own selves the supreme being. If you listen to some contemporary downloads on various buildings, and you start getting into the evil empire, you want to buy this hypothesis that America is the evil empire, and so start getting into buildings as symbols, like what is the taboo symbol really? What does it represent? What are people doing there? You start to see that about yourself, that executive sense of what am I really looking at, and how am I really observing this district, and how am I really feeling, and then what is fear? What am I really afraid of? And so I think about her, you really get someone who's really ecstatic, that she's very she's a mystic, maybe she's going to be sainted in some way throughout the novel. But I think on the whole, once I really started to hear more about her, I think you really start finding something about modernity and African tribalism, and a lot of questions start being answered.